This podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek. Gunners Ross podcast is brought to you by SeatGeek, and our promo code is TBA Wrestling. That is TBA Wrestling. Put that in the promo code for $20 off your first purchase.
Welcome to Gunners R Us, where we are positively Arsenal.
And that we are.
And we are very positive.
We are very positive this week.
That couldn't have gone better, really.
It couldn't have gone much better as far as being an Arsenal fan from London.
Yes.
North London is, in fact, and always will be, red. The reason I bring that up as well is I do a thing on my notes app where I kind of write down any kind of major moment that happens in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And again, it could be literally paying for a new pair of tyres for your car. But just so basically, or it could be a death in the family, it could be anything. At the end of the year, I write down everything that happened from the notes I've made for the whole year. And it's usually like 150 things that have happened.
Yeah.
Some as small as, like I said, getting new tyres, some as big as a death in the family. And at the end, you realise how much stuff happens in a year.
That's a good idea, actually.
It's wild because you forget so much that is that this year, this kind of thing.
And you wonder why you're so tired sometimes.
Right, exactly. And sometimes I'll write, it'll be like, I don't know, 10, this isn't real, but 10 concerts, 3 holidays. And it's like I go in like numerical order, so I'll kind of tally up stuff. 6 new tyres and 3 new this. This year, I can write North London is red twice.
Woo!
In their stadium.
Yeah.
We beat them in May, and we've beat them again, or maybe in April. It was near my birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We beat them in April, and we have beaten them in the month of September.
When it seemed like the chips were down.
I saw a stat, actually, that we've won more times at their new stadium than they've won at the Emirates.
Wow.
They've won twice at the Emirates. We've won 3 times.
Yeah.
And we've won 3 times in a row.
Oh.
So that is fantastic. We are obviously live on TikTok every single week, Wednesday, 10 a.m. GMT at Gunners Rust Pod. And we've got Yeti in there already. Throw in the morning. We've got Sophie's just joined to become a gifter badge. I think that's a thing. Sent a gift, that's it.
Am I okay to open this?
Open the can.
Because I like it. When I listen to podcasts, it's probably a faux pas, but when I listen to podcasts and they open up a little can or a beverage, or they're sipping on a beverage, it makes me want a beverage.
Okay.
So if you haven't got a beverage right now...
And believe it or not, it is 10 a.m. and Joe is about to open up a Diet Coke. There it is.
Yay!
Other good drinks are available. A coffee would be kind of, for me, hearing a sip of a coffee would be nice at this time.
Anytime someone mentions coffee, I want a coffee, but I've already had 2 coffees, so this is the natural next step.
Yeah. We got predictions for tomorrow from Jay in the group. We're going to get to that because as far as the show today, obviously download Gunners Rust Podcast on iTunes and Spotify if you haven't already. Download all the back catalogue. We're on episode, I think it's like 70 today.
Wow.
So we've been over a year now.
We're into our 2nd season.
We're going to break down the North London Derby a little bit about what happened this week, start talking a bit of Champions League, and then we're going to finish off with the prediction league of this weekend, including Arsenal versus Man City. So to start with, I think we'll get to the unpacking of Arsenal v Tottenham.
Yep.
Or Tottenham v Arsenal, I should say.
Yes.
At the Tottenham Hotspur ground. Is that what it's called?
Toilet bowl.
Toilet bowl, that's what I believe. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't as nervous as you. This is the game that I hate. I hate away at Tottenham. We have to win. I don't feel good about it.
Yeah. Especially when you've got a full-strength team as well, usually.
Yeah, and I think the pressure would have come with a full strength because you're expecting to win.
Yeah. I think everyone wrote us off before that game.
Yeah, I don't think and I don't think I did, but I think the pressure was off slightly that maybe there was an excuse. It shouldn't be an excuse. Everyone has injuries.
Yeah.
But I mean, to miss your midfield 3, the first team 3 would be. It's tough, isn't it? Because some people, I remember having this conversation last year where we were missing a player and everyone was like, but that's your actual 3. And we're like, no, Havertz is going to play in the middle. And they were like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. So sometimes things change. But a lot of people were saying Rice, Moreno, Odegaard.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's fair to fully say that's our midfield 3 because we haven't even seen Moreno.
No, Moreno's a bit of a stretch.
Thomas Partey has started and played 90 minutes of every game so far.
Wow.
Which has never been done at Arsenal. Which is also a massive help because anytime we've had Thomas Partey fit, we've won. I think in his last 10 games, we've won 9, drawn 1. That's since last year.
Yeah.
And this includes the away form.
Yeah.
The away form in Premier League is we are unbeaten in 2024 away from home. And we've conceded 3 goals in 11 games.
That's wild.
It's really something. Like it's something that maybe people aren't necessarily talking about, and the fact that I think it's since the turn of the year. I think in the league we've only lost one. We've lost one game this year
Yeah.
in the Premier League, and
Yeah.
that was Villa at home.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've somehow made it through,
Yeah.
and we didn't win that league, and we're still not top of this league. That shows you the level
It's hard.
in which the Premier League's at to do that in 2024. But I'd say midfield three missing is harsh because I think Thomas Partey is such an integral part, and it has been for the last couple of years, or maybe 3 years. So Partey was still there.
Yeah.
But who was going to fill the left eight and the right eight? And to be honest, our best left eight is Rice. Our best right eight is Odegaard.
Yep.
Underneath Odegaard, there is nothing.
No.
Underneath Rice, there is nothing. It's Ethan and Wary, which, again, as Arsenal fans, we all love Ethan and Wary.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the depth there is not right because Jorginho is not an 8.
No, at that level, you've got to have way better depth than that.
So what we're going to have to do, and we talked about it last week, was we had to go to a double pivot. We had to go Jorginho.
Yeah.
So Jorginho and Rice, Jorginho and Partey, and by the way, both played 90 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Havertz had to play right 8. By the way, this guy might be the most diverse football player I've ever seen.
Talk about high quality utility player.
He's fit.
Yeah.
He plays every game, and I mean, the lack of depth is almost covered by the fact that he can play in so many positions.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no centre forward. Okay, he'll play up there. The midfielders got injured. We're gonna have to put Trossard up front. All right, just don't take off anyone. Just drop Havertz back.
Yeah.
Take the forward off and put Trossard in.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, now the right 8's gone down. Just move Havertz over and we'll put one of the 6s to the left 8. He is everywhere. And
We always knew Arteta was someone that liked a player that can play in numerous different positions.
yeah, and I think, I don't know if anyone saw the post-match, but he was beaming
Yeah.
after this match, Arteta. And I think it's the fact, I think he said in an interview, he basically said this week he had a clear game plan. He had all the training sessions planned, all the video analysis planned. Everything was planned. Then one player went down. And he went, might have to change it. Another player went down, had to change it. Another player went down, might have to change it. And he said at that point he had to scrap the whole thing and say, we have to play a completely different style with a double pivot on the counter, low block, all these things. And again, we know a lot from watching Tottenham, as all of us do. Very similar to Arsenal of about 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
They want to go down the middle and only down the middle.
Yeah.
So if you block that lane,
Yeah.
they do not want to go outside. And if they go outside and you get men over there, they will not cross it. So basically they're nullified, which is again very Arsenal.
Yeah.
And they were. They did exactly what kind of was expected. And Arteta basically said our high press is what we do.
Yeah.
And the best way to score against Tottenham, annoyingly, is either a set piece or a high press win.
Yep.
We couldn't do that with the players we had. Jorginho's not going to jump into a high press.
Odegaard is the one.
You need Odegaard, you need all these players, you need Havertz in front of him, you need Saka coming in. There's a lot of things, and without that one piece, you can't do it. So he basically said, stop, we didn't press. So he dropped the press in and allowed Tottenham to walk onto him. And what they did is they did side to side, side to side. We can't get through. And then with the minute they lost the ball, we went forward. And I mean, 2 passes, we were in that first half. And set piece was always going to be where it was broken down. A lot of people saying kind of, for a team that should be challenging for the league, they shouldn't be in a low block against Tottenham. I completely disagree.
It's game by game, isn't it?
Because, yeah, and I think it was Bertie Mee said this.
Okay. Okay.
A team that wins the league will play very well, or their best,
yeah.
about 5 to 6 times a year. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest of the time, you've got to figure out and adapt, and that's what makes a team a champion, is you have to adapt to the situation. A couple players out, can't do our game plan, we're going to have to sit in. And it's weird as well, because without the ball, Odegaard's not the best player.
No.
With the ball, he's unreal.
Yeah.
So to play Man City and Tottenham in a week, and at Atlanta,
Yeah.
he actually isn't the worst person to be missing.
No.
Because there's other players that are happy to do the low block thing, whereas he would press, he'd want to have the ball at his feet. So it's like a blessing in disguise. It's kind of forcing a hand to have to sit back,
Yeah. Yeah.
as opposed to trying to come onto these teams. Because again, against Man City, if you thought the Tottenham low block was nasty,
Yeah. Yeah.
you're going to see a dirtier lower block against Man City. And again, I don't know if it will pay off because they have people like Haaland who just break low presses.
We tend to nullify Haaland, though.
We have, and that was what makes me feel more like it's time that he's going to get something.
Yeah.
The way he's playing at the minute, teams have sat in a low block in front of him, and he's just smashed the ball in from range.
If we can figure out how to nullify Haaland next Sunday or this Sunday, then we definitely have his number. Like in this current form, if we can keep him quiet in that game, there's something we're doing that stops him.
The worry for me is he will get a goal early doors,
and
that could smash the game open a bit, and we don't have the players to go onto them.
Yeah.
Because if they then start going, all right, well, come on to us, we don't have the players to do that at the minute. Again, next week, for the record, we're missing one player.
Yeah.
Because Rice will be back. But the problem with it is it's at the end of a long week.
Yeah.
Jorginho and Partey played 90 minutes.
Well, they're currently in ice baths right now, probably.
Well, did you see Jorginho's post?
Yes.
And they said they put Uncle back in his back in his chamber
Yeah.
to try and get him ready. He's not played a minute of football, competitive football, since May.
Wild.
So he's cramping up. He was saying no. And the way he played in that last 10 minutes was unbelievable. Because that's what his bread and butter is, that captaining kind of role of we've got the lead, now let's be clever, let's have shape.
Yeah.
Before that, he was getting ran on a couple times. Kulevsky was running off the back of him. He couldn't keep up. The athleticism wasn't there, which isn't his thing.
Yeah.
And it's impossible just to, appear with it. But I thought generally we played really well. The fact that Ethan Nwaneri got put into that at the end, one, he had to because we had to ring some kind of change. But the fact he went to him, I thought he was going to keep you on 5 at the back before we went to Ethan Nwaneri. But he didn't. He went to Ethan Nwaneri. It shows you the confidence they have in that player. Because before this, he played against Brentford. He played in the Carabao Cup. This is a step. There's some kind of step was made there to be away from home, 1-0, North London derby, we're down. And he's trusted a 17-year-old to come on and hold the shape. And if you remember, the last thing of the whole game was him blocking a shot.
Yeah.
And that's what ended the game.
Yeah. He's definitely slid right into Smith Rowe's old role in the team.
Yeah, and I think someone said you can tell a lot about a player based on how much the senior players trust him. And if you watched in that last bit, he was getting put the ball to feet in dangerous situations by every player. Jorginho, Partey, everyone. So they trust him immensely. It's not like they're bypassing him and being like, do you know what? I don't want to lose the ball, so don't give it to him. They're giving it to him. So I think we might be seeing a lot more of him this year than we thought we might. But it's the end of a long week because we're going to have this. They've played a lot of game time there. They've got 3 days off, but they've got a flight to Italy in that time. We've got Italy tomorrow. We've got Atalanta in Italy tomorrow. And then they've got a travel day Friday. Then they train Saturday morning. Then they play Sunday.
Wow.
Man City have had that extra day. Man City haven't left Manchester in the last 10 days.
No.
They're just home, whereas we've been Tottenham, Italy, Man City. And then we have
backlogging a lot of away games lately.
It's I think it's super strange the way they've kind of put that fixture together because they've almost thought about last week's end. I think the Champions League have done the fixtures based on the best for the Champions League.
Yeah.
So they've gone, you play Tottenham, we'll give you 4 days rest.
Yeah.
As opposed to 3.
Yeah.
To get you best. But they're not thinking about the fact we have to then have 2 days into City. Last year, everyone was happy with the Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't have a clue why they've decided. And it's the only Thursday game Arsenal have, and it's right before City, between Tottenham and City. But as a whole, we've won the game. We will get into some of the talking points, kind of flash points of that game. At the start of the season, we talked about points. We talked about 12 points from the first 18 would be... 12 to 15 would be unbelievable to us. Based on the fact that we have the hardest start in the league. Maybe there's some teams that have had harder starts, maybe lower in the league.
Yeah.
But as far as the top 6 or 8, no one's had a harder 6 than Arsenal. We knew that before.
Yeah.
And we were saying if we can get to that 12 to 18, anywhere between 12 and 15, we'd be extremely happy.
If we can come through this with those solid amount of points, then...
Well, yeah, and if you take away any of the points, if we draw this week, there's a chance we'll be 4th.
Yep.
There's a chance. Based on other teams, if they win. If we win, we guarantee we'll be top after the first 5 games.
That's nuts.
And then we'd be going home to Leicester to then extend it to being top after the first 6.
Yeah.
So if you look at it as that, if we draw and then win, there's a chance we could be top, there's a chance we could be second, but either way, we're going to be top 4 if it's a draw and a win.
Yeah.
If we win both, we're definitely top.
Yeah.
If we can somehow be top after that 6 games, that doesn't even make sense.
We're in good stead.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we know that is the worst 6 games of the whole season for us. Every team's going to have that spell.
Yeah.
Ours happened to be right at the start.
Get out of the way.
Which could also be a blessing.
Yeah.
Because teams aren't quite in their rhythm.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool have Real Madrid, Chelsea and Arsenal in the space of 6 days in December or November. Yeah. I think City have a spell soon. Generally, City have also played Chelsea They played Arsenal. They're starting to rack up some of these games, but we know on paper that the 6 games at the start were not good. I think if at the start of the season someone said after the first 6 you would have beaten Tottenham away and you'll be in the top 4, I would have been like, stop the presses, stop talking to me. I'll take it.
Golden.
And we're nearly there. All we need to do is win and a draw, or a win and a win. Even a draw and a loss and a win will probably leave us in the top 4.
Yeah.
But I started to think about it. I was like, my God, could you imagine if we won at City?
Yeah.
And then beat Leicester? You could be
something's happening.
Well, you could be getting close to that next international break being top after the worst possible start that we could have had. So it is something when you actually look at it that way. And again, we can talk about it now because we're 4 games into that 6.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario is we lose next week and then lose to Leicester or draw to Leicester.
Yeah.
We're still looking at 11 points.
Yeah.
If we draw to Leicester and lose to City, you would hope we're going to win against Leicester.
Yeah.
That'll put us on 13 points.
Yeah.
If we draw against City, that's 14. That's at the high end of what we expected. City would be on 16.
Yeah. Yeah.
After the first 6. And that's if they don't lose this the following weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't know who they have. They're away somewhere. So when you look at it that way, I was kind of thinking about it. And I was thinking, God, that's really impressive. And not just that in that 6. We also lost 2 of our most influential players in that time.
Right in the middle.
We lost both our new signings in Calafiori and Moreno.
Yep.
We lost our 2 best midfielders in Rice and Odegaard. Jesus was not fit for 3 of the games. To do that in amongst all those games, it's actually very impressive way of starting the season. And again, this time last year, do you remember we were all kind of going, oh, it's disjointed, it doesn't seem right. And we were, up until Christmas, we never felt happy with it.
No. It seemed like we were just kind of scraping by and figuring stuff out.
And then in January, we just hit that purple patch. And that purple patch has kind of continued to now.
Yeah.
And it almost reminds me of Boxing Day 3 years ago when this all started.
Yeah.
When we were really in a bad way. He went with Saka and Smith Rowe. We beat Chelsea on Boxing Day. And since then, I think in the league, we've lost less than 10 games.
Yeah.
And that's mad. Like, it's really...
They figured something out.
Yeah, it wasn't just a blip. It was like, it's a consistent... We actually win a lot more games now.
We're repping it out at this point.
Yeah. Duds in the group says, do you think Arsenal will buy forward in January? Or do you think Sterling fits that role? I'm going to be honest, that cameo from Sterling was a little troubling.
Yeah.
I don't think... but again, it's so hard to... I'm not going to, slate him. I'm not going to... it's just, for me, it's... We need to see him again.
Yeah.
I think we'll see him tomorrow. I think he'll start instead of Saka. Saka had cramp, it turns out it was, at the end of his thigh.
I think that small amount of time for him, coming on for the first time, trying to hold on to a game like that is not ideal.
And you imagine, again, this is a guy who played under Pep Guardiola. He's not someone who's new to tactics.
No.
If that makes sense. Or deep, obsessed tactics. Anyway, if you think about it, he came on with, 12 minutes to go, something like that.
Yeah.
And he had to go into a low block left side. And there's a couple of times where he went for it and went forward and he left it. You can see Arteta going, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But all game, Martinelli had an unbelievable game. Martinelli, his cutting edge is not great, but his overall game was unbelievable in this game. Same as Saka. Their defensive roles, it's so obsessive with making sure you do not concede from front to back.
Yeah.
It's scary. It's like a hybrid of Mourinho and Pep. It's really strange.
Martinelli's slowly figuring out game by game what Saka learned early on when he was obviously forced to play a fullback role.
Yeah. And you could see it because when Sterling came on, there was a couple of times where he got forward and he was nowhere and that whole side was gone.
Yeah.
And you could see Jesus and Havertz sprinting into that gap to be like, why is this gap?
Yeah.
Because they're not used to it.
Yeah.
And again, it's going to take a bit of time for him to get back into the mind. And also coming into a game late is tough. And he did that one thing that everyone talks about, once he gets in, he doesn't pass it. He kind of looks. And he did it. He got in on the left. He actually did really well. He got forward and he cut across and there was a shot available. He went one more. There was a pass available to Ethan where maybe a 1-2, which is what Arsenal would do.
Yeah.
Then there's one to Havertz. He goes, and he gets tackled and then he's vacated this whole area and they attack into it. I don't think you can do that at Arsenal, but I think the benefit of the doubt I'm going to give him is he thought North London derby, I could seal the game and this would be... He's running towards the Arsenal crowd as well, the way he was going. In his head, he was thinking, if I whip this into that far corner, which he knows he can, and then carry on to that corner, I'm set.
Instantly.
And I think he got caught up with that, and I don't mind it. It's just, in an Arsenal world, you pass that or you go to the corner or whatever it is. But again, he'll learn, and I think seeing him over 90 minutes will be the bigger one.
Yeah.
And I think at Atalanta, tomorrow we will see a forward line of maybe him, Jesus, and Trossard.
That'd be nice.
Saka rest. Rice will come back in. I think Rice. Do you know what I think? I think Rice might play the 6, and then what I would do is have Havertz in Odegaard's role, and then play Ethan and Wary.
Yeah.
Give Partey and Jorginho majority a night off.
Yeah.
But maybe bring on Jorginho and Partey for Ethan and Wary and Rice on like 70 minutes.
Yeah.
And go to a low block.
Yeah.
Because I think Wary's going to do so much better with people like Havertz and Rice around him
the
to
people
athletically
that know the
get
system and stuff like that. Yeah.
And then Saka can have a rest. Jesus can come in, and maybe later in the game, Havertz goes up top, and we get someone into that midfield, Jorginho and those kind of guys. I don't know, but I think we'd see that the downside is our defenders are not going to be able to rest.
They're going to be at it. The goalkeeper to defence, yeah.
Timber played 90 minutes for the first time.
Yeah.
Ben White played 90 minutes. Gabriel and Saliba, 90 minutes. I don't see how we get any of those players out. The only one I can see is Kivior for Timber, to give Timber, because again, we're still working Timber back.
Yeah.
Maybe Kivior for Timber as a left back. But the rest of it, I don't know how you change it, because Zinchenko out now.
Yeah.
Tomiyasu out. Tierney out. Calafiori out.
Who's likely to come back the soonest out of that list?
Calafiori, we don't know fully what's going on. Tomiyasu's definitely not back. Tierney soonish, but Zinchenko is a calf strain again, which is getting a bit strange.
Yeah.
But if Zinchenko's there, at least you can play Zinchenko and then Kivior in the centre.
Yeah.
Because the only other option I could see is give someone like Gabriel or Saliba a night off, is you bring Kivior in and you play Isaac Hayden. Not Hayden.
Heaven.
Hayden, when did he go?
Yeah, a long time ago.
You play Isaac Heaven with maybe one of the centre-backs to kind of walk him through it.
Yeah.
Or you go Kivior in the centre with a Saliba or Gabriel. Ben White has to play.
Yeah.
And then on the left, you play Lewis Skelly.
Yeah.
That's the other option.
It's a very big change to a lineup if you start doing things like that.
Because again, if you do that and you have Lewis Skelly, let's say it's Saliba or Gabriel, let's say, and then Heaven and then White, on 60 minutes you could bring Timber on for White.
Yeah.
You could bring Jorginho and Partey on for Rice and Lewis, Ethan and Wary.
Yep.
And you can kind of change the Jesus off, maybe Martinelli on, that kind of thing. Trossard goes down the middle. And I'm just trying to kind of get minutes off of players before City, because at City, I think you're going to see the exact team that played against Tottenham.
Yep.
But with Rice instead of Jorginho.
Yep.
I think that's all that's going to change.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, but it's just kind of getting maybe some time off in the legs of Martinelli. Maybe he plays 20 minutes, Saka plays 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe Saka plays none because of that thigh. Get some rest into Partey and Jorginho. Gets Rice back up to fitness.
Yep.
Not that he hasn't been fit all season, and this week off might be a good thing, or it might be, I don't know. Timber needs that bit of time. If he can spread some time with Ben White, that'll be good.
Yep.
The only person who's definitely not going to get rested is Saliba or Gabriel. But the way in which they play the game, hopefully, they're not going to get too banged up, touch wood. But getting back to the game, because that's kind of the week ahead. The Atlanta one is going to be an interesting one, because we've seen people like Villa win.
Yeah.
Liverpool win.
Yeah.
They're all winning away from home in these big games. We need to kind of start with a win, otherwise, and instantly it's a league. Aston Villa are top of the first ever Champions League.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you lose that, and we got PSG at home next.
You got to regain ground.
You get a point. All of a sudden you're right in that bottom, and you go, oh my god, we need like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
And again, there are easier games. We've got Dynamo Zagreb who shipped 9 last night. But momentum-wise, it'd be a real shame to get beaten 2-0 away from home by the Europa Cup champions.
Yeah.
But
you'll be chasing then.
Yeah, but as far as the North London derby, I wasn't as nervous. It's going to be... There was a couple of flashpoints. Obviously, the goal, I think the set piece, we knew that was coming, the way in which they were flapping at corners.
Yeah, they started to... They were flapping at the corners, mainly Vicario. The defence seemed fine. Vicario seemed like a storm in amongst a load of calm in there. And then I think instantly we tried to do a short corner rather than just lofting it on top of him, and it didn't work. But the minute we actually did put it on him, there's big Gabriel.
Well, it's eerie as well, because a lot of people were showing the kind of footage of when we won that corner, the crowd erupted like a goal had gone.
They knew something was coming.
And I don't know if it was the fact that maybe... It was probably a couple of things. Maybe the set pieces in the first half. Maybe they were reacting like that in the first half to the set pieces.
Yeah.
The other one was, I think, to start the second half, Tottenham were just on top of us for 15, 20 minutes until we got that corner.
Yeah.
And I think it was the first time we got up the field properly. And I think they were more reacting to, okay, we're not just up the field, we got a corner. They didn't look good on corners.
They could have also been trying to get a message to Saka. Like, just put it on top of the goalie, like everyone was saying.
And he got on top, and we score a lot of these in a minute because of how big the team is.
Yeah.
It's almost like on top of it's like 3 yards out,
yeah,
which is where a goalie should be.
Yeah.
A goalie should claim their first 6-7 yards.
Yeah.
And Ben White's really smart because they're trying to clamp down on him particularly for whatever reason. And he uses Maddison. He kind of baits Maddison into following him.
Yeah.
And then Maddison gets between him and the goalie, and then he just backs up slightly, causes that. And so Maddison's basically blocking the keeper now, and the keeper's then flapping, instantly, like, I don't know what to do.
It looked like a crowd of players in front of the goalie, and then a massive gap right where Gabriel was.
Yeah, so it was good. They didn't really create anything, Tottenham.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't really think of a real chance. Martinelli had a really good chance.
Yeah.
Should have squared it to Saka.
Yeah.
Havertz had a good header back across goal from a Martinelli cross. That was good. That set piece, any of the set pieces were a danger.
Yeah.
We need to be a lot more clinical on those counters if we're doing this against Man City next week.
Yeah, we need to. I think I remember the City game last season. We had this. We had a couple counter-attacks, a couple really good chances that we just didn't finish.
Well, people hated that game last year, saying it was like one of the most boring games. Yeah, I've seen this from Adam on TikTok. Is AC Milan defended exactly like Spurs last night. We scored 2 free headers. Yeah, I'd heard that someone said if you thought Spurs were bad at set pieces, we raised you an AC Milan because apparently, very poor. I think Van Dijk and Konate scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
we had chances in that game though.
We did.
We just didn't finish them.
And that's what my gripe last year was everyone was like so boring, blah blah. But we had the better chances.
Yeah.
In the end.
Nullified Haaland and had some good chances. On
and it was dull. But I mean, we've given the blueprint over the last 2 years of how you beat City, or at least drop points, and make them drop points.
Yeah.
And every single team in the Premier League goes, we're going to lose to Man City. We might as well not bother, and we might as well just go for it.
Yeah.
And then Man City run riot. If teams actually went and tried to get a point off of Man City, they struggle.
Yeah,
But no, everyone just assumes, it's a loss. Who cares? We'll try something. And that's why that's another reason why they win the league every year. Is because I think there's 17 teams that when they see it on paper, they go, oh, that's a freebie.
Yeah.
It's a free hit. We'll just try something. And then they lose. Whereas a week later, they play Chelsea, for example, if you're a Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And they go, we're going to go for this. It's like, do what you think is correct for that team.
Yeah.
And with Man City, if you do a low block, they do struggle.
Yeah.
We do as well.
Yeah.
And teams do low block against us. No one really low blocks Man City. They get right. They counterattack with 4 or 5 people. So it's just
they get your hopes up. Some teams score early, and you think we're onto something, and then City just come back and bang a couple goals.
But our game will be a lot different to a lot of the kind of the situations. Yeah. Adam says we got spanked last year to Atlanta. In all honesty, you keep Lookman quiet, you win. Yeah, Lookman is an interesting player, isn't it? Because he was in the Premier League. He was an okay player. Arsenal looked at him this summer, I believe. But he does seem so dangerous for them.
A lot of players do that. They come to the Premier League, like Marino. Who's your boy? Striker.
Oh, yeah.
Was in the one we're looking at. He was in the Premier League for a little
bit.
Yeah, Gyökeres. He came, didn't really show anything. They go back to Europe. They show us a lot.
Yeah, and then you wonder, did they come back? Did they carry on?
Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah, he did score a hat-trick in the Europa Cup final against Leverkusen. It's going to be a tough one. I genuinely believe we're not going to have a harder week than Spurs away, Atalanta away, and City away.
Yeah.
Because City away is the hardest game.
Yeah.
And the next one is Anfield away.
Yeah.
For us, it's Spurs away next because of the derby.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, our hardest away game, I believe, is this.
Yeah.
PSG, we've got at home. So to have them all in 1 week and to be like missing our captain and Rice for only one of them. Like I said, realistically, from our starting 11, he would have played, if everyone was fit, we're only one player off.
Yes.
It's just the fact that they're playing every 2 days and they can't change it.
Yeah.
Is what makes it tough, Because by the time we play City, the starting lineup is going to be Havertz for Odegaard, and then Havertz not up front, and then Trossard now up front.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's the right team.
Yeah.
So it's not really an excuse, obviously, other than one of your better players and the captain playing. But Adam also mentioned Madrid looked awful last night, and they did.
The last few times I've watched Madrid, they don't quite look right.
They don't look right,
They get wins, but they don't look right.
It's very strange, considering who they have.
Yeah.
But North London derby, the other flashpoints were obviously the Timber yellow card. In real time, I thought, oh, that's not nice.
Yeah.
The replay. So I've seen a lot of people kind of saying that actually Porro's the one who actually makes the tackle. Timber's in control of the ball.
Yeah.
But Timber obviously goes up and over.
Yeah.
And comes down.
I'm surprised.
Whereas Porro's coming in sideways.
We usually lose a player due to those.
If the ref, in fair play to the ref, I don't think he had a great game, but if he'd sent him off there, they weren't overturning.
Yeah.
So I'm glad he gave a book in and just kind of left it. A little fight afterwards as well.
I think he did control the situation pretty nicely, like giving the yellow as opposed to a red because he doesn't actually make contact.
Yeah, and
then also controlling the fight situation and booking Vicario for starting the situation.
And we had 7 bookings, which is the most in one half of a Premier League game.
This weekend, it was like the referees are getting paid by card.
Honestly, it's mad. And that Bournemouth-Chelsea game set the record for 14, and it wasn't, you know, I don't think it was a game that warranted 14 yellow cards. The North London derby, though, the Timber one, I think it's the right decision. I've seen some people even say I don't think it's even a foul, but I think to control the ball, we did. Adebayor did it for Arsenal once. You're trying to shield it and come over, but you're instantly putting yourself in a grey area where you might get yourself sent off. I think that's not the best way of going about controlling the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a red card. Afterwards, they definitely thought it was. I saw Yankee Gooner of the Arsenal Vision podcast say that basically he went into like red mist after the game because he's American and he doesn't have to sit through the nonsense we do on Sky Sports or whatever. Yeah. And he said he couldn't handle the fact that he said that media has gaslit us into thinking we're the wrong ones here.
Yeah.
That Gabriel, they said the goal should have definitely been disallowed because of the push in the back of Romero. It is the same people that said that the Newcastle goal on Gabriel last year was a good win, where he had 2 straight arms in his back on a yard out over the goalie, and he's offside.
Yeah.
And they said it was fine.
Yeah.
Gabriel runs, he gives him a tiny shove. Romero doesn't even react to it. He kind of tries to grab him.
Yeah. And then just stops and faces his own goal with his hands out.
Yeah, it's a and they were like, no, it definitely should have been disallowed. And honestly, like he said, his head was on Mars.
Yeah.
Because it was just the idea that literally this time last year we lost a game and they were going, you've got to be stronger than that.
Yeah.
And now we score one, it's like, no, it's a foul.
Yeah.
It honestly doesn't make any sense. And it's the reason why Arsenal fans turn into conspiracy theorists and become crazy and everyone goes, why are they so weird?
We're all itchy mad.
It's because, by the way, go watch minute 11 to minute 14 back.
Yeah.
No one's going to do that because that's a weird thing to do. But I'm just saying, if you watch that 3-minute period, you'll see why Arsenal fans are so annoyed.
Yeah.
Obviously, before the international break, we got very frustrated with Rice touched the ball away. Yeah, he touched the ball. It could be a booking call, but the guy kicks him. And then over that weekend, 14 other people do it, and one person gets booked, which was Cole Palmer, who did it twice. He only got booked for the second time, and he smashed it away. And we all kind of got very frustrated that we had to lose points based on this one decision they were going to crack down on, but they didn't crack down on it at all, except for that one moment. Then they went away for 2 weeks, had time to decompress and think about it. They've come back with a record amount of yellow cards this weekend. And Arsenal are the team that got booked for kicking the ball away again.
Yep.
And they were saying how silly it was. On a minute 11, Tottenham foul Arsenal. And we're about to take a quick one because we have Martinelli's in. He kicks it away purposely.
Yeah.
The ref doesn't give a booking. 30 seconds later, they do it exactly again. He nudges it away from his hand as he goes to pick it up.
Yeah.
And the ref just does a get on with it.
Yeah.
Then Saliba picks the ball up, talking to the ref, and throws it back to them. And because he held on to it, I understand it's a booking.
Yeah.
Like the Rice one, I understand it's a booking. If you're doing it across the ball,
book everyone. Yeah.
In this game, there was a Tottenham player who smashed the ball away after the whistle went, just kicked it into the crowd.
Yeah.
Didn't get booked, but grabbing the ball randomly in a non-counter-attacking way. Was the booking.
Yeah.
And again, this is why Arsenal fans become weird conspiracy theorists, because you can literally see it not just in one game, you can see it over a year in the Newcastle push to the Gabriel push against Romero. You can see it all in the space of 3 minutes, and it is why we get so frustrated. And again, this happens to every team, but there is point proven that last year someone got sent off for time wasting. It was Arsenal who were in a title race. That's the one happened that last year. This year, one person's been sent off for time wasting.
Yeah.
Or kicking a ball away. It's Arsenal. This week, early on, they did to our centre back when Tottenham did it 3 times in like the space of about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
around it. It is why we get so annoyed at these refs, and why. And again, at that point, I was worrying it was going to become the talking point in the whole game. I thought Sleeper was going to get sent off.
Yeah.
For something. And we'd all be like, oh, the whole game was ruined because you again did this thing that Tottenham did all the way through the game. And it is the most frustrating. Again, they booked Tottenham the whole game, but they weren't booking them for that.
Yeah.
It's like they've said, oh, Arsenal are really bad at time wasting, which, by the way, we are.
Yeah.
But we're not time wasting because we're trying to hold on to a win. Usually it's a draw when we're time wasting.
Yeah.
We just take our time with everything. So throw-ins take forever. Corners take forever. If they have a problem with that, that's cool. But no one books them for taking forever on a corner or something.
It's like
they only book them when we pick the ball up or we touch the ball. It's so confusing.
I think you're right in that. I think they do get it in their heads because we do take our time with so many things that once we do visibly waste a little bit of time by kicking a ball away, I think they do just jump on it.
Yeah. Wrestle Rewind says we own Tottenham. Yes, we do. But it became a whole thing, and obviously this weekend we've got the worst possible situation as far as a ref goes.
Yeah. What's that about?
Michael Oliver, who we do know gets paid by Man City's owner to go referee the games over there, where he makes his yearly salary in one game per game.
Yeah.
He's the guy who wouldn't send Kovacic off for a 2-foot tackle and another one directly afterwards on a second booking, and the first one should have been straight red.
Why is it we know about this, though, and they don't?
They do. They just trust that he's not going to be biased, which I understand. But I'm going to say this. If Joe gives me 20k every 2 weeks, and my friend over here he gives me a tenner every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And Joe goes, do you mind grabbing me a drink? I'm going to go, yeah, no worries. Do you want me to grab it now? Yeah. And if he asks me, I'm going to go, yeah, when do you want it? Like, I don't, like, you know, I'm not going to be as rushed, you know, because there's a natural, like, ooh, that guy helps.
Yeah.
I really like this guy. He gives me 20k. So that's obviously an issue, but there's also I'm not going to say he's biased because I don't think that guy's intention is I want to help Man City.
No.
At all. I just think it's human nature to be like, I really like this person, so I maybe second guess it. Yeah. He's the one that in the Euros didn't give. Rodri should have got a straight red on that penalty. He didn't give it.
Yeah.
And it was Rodri.
Yeah.
Last year, Kovacic, 2 fouls. They said afterwards he didn't want to ruin a spectacle.
Yeah.
But they were happy to ruin the spectacle of Arsenal Brighton on 46 minutes.
Yeah.
And cost us the game. So that theory doesn't make sense because that happened on 42 minutes.
Yeah.
Last year, the semi-final with Chelsea, if you remember all that nonsense that went on. There was Liverpool, I think it was Doku karate kicked McAllister in the last minute in the box. Didn't give a penalty to Liverpool. This guy has openly been very, I don't want to use the word bias, helpful to Man City with his decisions in the last year or so. And it's been correlated with the time in which he spent in Dubai.
Yeah. He's definitely...
It's a worry, I'll just say that.
You definitely can't say that he's purposely trying to be biased or he's getting paid to do certain things, because I don't think that comes into it. Mm-hmm. But it is, like you say, if you're going to use a good metaphor for it. Like you're a waiter at a restaurant and you have the same members of the public coming in every week, different members of the public, whatever it is. Then your family and friends come in. Yeah. You're going to be a lot more attentive to that table than you are every other table.
And again, I don't think in his head, literally, I really don't believe that a foul goes in. Like, let's say Rice flies in, he goes, "Oh my god, that's a red," and then Kovacic does it, and he goes, "No, I like these guys. Book it." I don't think he does that, but I just think it's subliminal that he's just helpful to, because it literally there's 5 things that happened last year that people can show that. He's given more red cards in games against Man City to other teams. He's never given a red to Man City. There's weird things like that. And I mean, for example, Kovacic, I don't think it wasn't him as the ref. Kovacic nearly broke West's ankle. He's out for 2 months now.
Yeah.
It's awful 2-footed tackle from behind, not a red.
No.
So it's things like that. It's getting very... it's very suspect. And the fact that Michael Oliver gets all the big games and he gets all the City games, it's just... It's very worrying, if that makes sense. We got Victoria Concordia Crescent. We got a Gunner channel here. You'll get my name. We'll get your name. We know the game. I'm getting that tattooed, to be fair.
You are,
We are. We'll be following you back, obviously, over on TikTok. We do this every Wednesday, 10 a.m. GMT on TikTok live, where we record this podcast, which is the Gunners Are Us podcast, like Toys R Us, but Gunners Are Us. It is on iTunes and Spotify. So if you haven't heard the first half, go ahead and listen. Download all the episodes. We do this every single week. We sometimes do some bonus episodes as well.
And we have unpacked the big North London derby as well.
We've just unpacked the North London derby. Unpacked at Atlanta away. We've gone through the talking points. We talk about Michael Oliver's issues.
Yeah.
Generally, his issues. And at this point, we're probably going to move on to the Prediction League.
Yes.
So, talking of these games, I can tell you that last week, the third host, Simon.
Yep.
Last week, I got 6.
Okay.
You got 5. And Simon got 3 out of 10.
Okay.
So that's actually leveled up the playing field a little bit because Simon and you had got ahead a little bit. So now you're on 19. I'm on 19. Simon's on 17.
Wow.
Out of 40 games,
Yep.
we've got around half.
Okay.
Which I wish Bet Responsibly, my betting looked that way, but it doesn't. So this weekend we've got some good ones. And it's a proper weekend. I think it's literally a 12:30, a 5:30, and then Sunday 2 games.
Yep.
And the rest are 3 o'clockers. There's
Nice.
no Monday night football. There's no Saturday night football. It's just a regular weekend.
Have we had a Monday night football yet?
Do you know what? I think we did the first week, and that's it. So first game we got the 12:30 game is my revealer team on Sky Bet. West Ham to beat Chelsea.
Nice.
We got West Ham at home to Chelsea. West Ham Super 11. We talk about them every single week. They don't look right.
No.
And Fulham had them beat this week until Jared Bowen did something very good.
Yeah.
That West Ham team is not clicking. It is not getting it right quite yet. They're not the worst team in the league by far.
No.
They clearly have a massive upside.
And they are going to figure it out, I think.
Yeah.
It will come.
Yeah, it will start to happen. I like West Ham at midday
Yeah.
against anyone. I think we beat them 6-0 at this time.
Yeah.
At their ground.
Yeah.
But generally, I think they're quite good at this time. The crowd will be up. They'll be day drinking.
Yeah.
They'll be at it. It's a London derby with Chelsea, who I think... Some weeks I think Chelsea are finally clicked and those quality players have figured it out. And then the following week, like against Bournemouth last week, they should have been 3-0 down by the time they scored. But then they had that quality to go win it.
Yeah. It's the potential we always talk about.
This has got 3-3 or 3-2 written all over it. I'm going to go with my heart and go West Ham.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go Chelsea, I think.
Okay.
I think... I do like the idea of West Ham. When I looked at that on the paper just a minute ago, my head went to, that's a West Ham win all day. But I think the momentum shift of both teams, I think Chelsea are figuring it out, whereas West Ham need some time to really figure it out.
Yeah.
Are we doing scores or are we just doing winners?
I'm just doing winners in a bit, but if you want to throw a score, you can, because we don't ever go back to the score.
For a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I think in 3-2 West Ham. I think it's a high score.
I'm going to go 3-1 Chelsea.
Okay. You got any scores? You got any shouts for the listeners? Who you think you should get in your fantasy team this week?
Well, I got Madueke in my team, so I'm hoping he gets something.
Palmer, you not got Palmer?
I haven't had Palmer.
I haven't had Palmer.
At the beginning of the season, I struggled really to fit in.
Salah, Haaland, and Palmer, and Saka.
I've ended up with just Haaland out of all those guys.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I don't know how I've done it, but I need to.
You had a good week last week as well.
I had a very good week.
I don't think I've got one Chelsea player, and I don't think I've got one West Ham player. But
no, I don't do West Ham.
I wouldn't feel confident adding any of those players based on that game, even though I think it's going to be 3-2. Don't know. We got Yeti in there in the chat saying he thinks it's a draw. I think you're right. It's a very good shout. Yeah. The next game is the first 3 o'clocker. It's Aston Villa at home to Wolves. Wolves have been quite disappointing. They're 1-0 up against Newcastle. Yeah. Harvey Barnes. All this talk of the Barclays, man.
Yeah.
And then this weekend, everyone starts putting in some bangers.
Yeah.
It's like they were reminded that football's about having a go.
It is.
You know? Because we are in a world of... excuse my, it's not French, but I mean, it's unsavory. Football terrorists.
Okay.
Arteta's in there.
They want to kill the game.
Yeah, it's tactics to the yard, to the second. And we missed the likes of Morgan Gamps, Pedersen, and Dirk Kuyt. However you want to pronounce it.
Players that just pop up and do something.
Yeah. Diouf.
Yeah.
Kevin Davies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like proper... I'm going to hit it from range. Matty Taylor. Barclays men is what they're called. Bless you.
Ooh.
And this week, Duran got ahead of it.
He's one of those players.
Yeah, Harvey Barnes. They're proper goals. And it sounds weird, but if you watch the Championship, these goals go in every week.
Yeah.
other the Premier League, it just doesn't happen.
No.
It's so tactic based. People get on the edge of the box, they knock it back.
It's very competitive now.
Wrestling Rewind says Onana to score first. That is a good bet if you want to get a builder bet. I think Villa are going to win this.
Yeah.
And I would say this is my bet suggestion for the week.
Okay.
Villa to win. This is a builder bet. Onana shot on target. And Duran shot on target.
Okay.
And I don't think he's going to start.
He doesn't start, does he? Because his goals to minutes economy rate, is it, I guess?
It's the best of it. It's because they were trying to sell him. Because Watkins is their man, but they're in a great position now. If they can play this well this year, they're going to have two of the best strikers in the league.
Yeah.
And they can take their pick. Because Ollie Watkins is 27.
Getting older, yeah.
If you can get 60, 70 million for him, which I think you can if he carries on playing the way he is.
Yeah.
He's got Champions League goals now as well already.
Yeah.
You've then got a 20-year-old sat there who might be one of the best centre forwards in the league.
Yeah.
Or someone comes in massive for Duran and you go, do you know what, Ollie Watkins is our captain, off him again, let's say. We'll get another 4 years and he'll see out into his 30s.
They're in a good spot.
But they're in a great spot and they have to do it right.
Villa fans must be buzzing since this whole Emery era.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Villa to win that.
Yeah, you got it, I think. Wolves don't look as good as I want them to be. I like the manager. I don't know, they're not right yet.
I don't know what was happening with Villa with the Everton game. It's very back and forth. Like, very not Villa performance.
But when you look at Everton so far, they've not won a game in any competition.
They get goals, though.
But they keep scoring. They're one of the top goal scorers. They're scoring. They're just switching off, which is odd because it's the opposite of Deitch.
It's the opposite of what they did at the end of last season.
Yeah. It's very strange, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a Villa win all day. And I think Ollie Watkins has broken the seal now as well.
Duran scored at the end in the chat. Yeah, it seems that
I'd
way.
put money on that.
Yeah, Fulham versus Newcastle was the next one. Fulham look like a really tidy, neat team.
Yeah.
Probably screaming ninth all season.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Very solid.
any worse or any better than that. Newcastle, I don't know what we're getting from them yet. They're unbeaten.
Yeah.
They had the 10-man situation against Saints. They won that. They've come back from losing positions a couple times. They've drawn. They don't look like they're clicking yet. Isaac went off with an eye injury at half-time.
Yeah. What was it? How did he do that?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but I saw in fantasy football.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So I don't know. This game's screaming draw to me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Newcastle don't look bad, though.
No.
This would be 2-2 from the chat.
Yeah, I might have to agree with all of you and go draw. I think they're both very good teams and they're just going to cancel each other out.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun little game.
I tell you what, though, based on the scores this past weekend, though, everything's very random at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. The next one is... There's a couple 3 o'clockers that are very important.
Yeah.
We got Leicester-Everton.
Okay.
Leicester been a lot better than we thought. They're not necessarily got all the points that they deserve. They lost a 2-0 lead this week. They've drawn a couple times. They're on 2 points, I believe. Everton on 0 points, but Everton look a lot better than what it's showing.
They're very similar in that situation. They're better than what their results are showing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go first here. I'm going to say draw.
Okay.
Because I think both teams are going to struggle to cancel each other out here.
I'm actually going to go Everton. I think this might be the day. I think it's going to click again. But they're not going to... Leicester aren't going to have enough to actually get back into it. Yeah. So I think it's 2-1 win to Everton after going 2-0 up. The next game is Liverpool-Bournemouth. Okay. Liverpool with a massive shocker.
Yeah.
Before we move on, actually, Victoria Cordia Crescent says 3-1, 3-2 to Leicester.
Okay.
Vardy's going to score. That's a good shout.
Vardy's back.
I put Vardy back into my fantasy team.
Yeah.
I put him in for João Pedro, who might be out. But
yeah, I like that.
I don't know if he'll play. I don't know if I'll put him on. I don't know, but he's just there.
Yeah.
He is getting goals. He knows how to score. But Liverpool are home to Bournemouth. This is at the start of the season, everyone went, Arsenal got the hardest, Liverpool got the easiest.
Yeah.
And Liverpool had not conceded and won 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Then they played Forest at home, and they were very unlucky. And this happened at Anfield a couple of times last year.
Yeah.
Where they Palace, I remember, 1-1 there, where they shouldn't have won.
Yeah.
Liverpool should have won, but Liverpool couldn't finish their chances. This one was an odd one because I don't think Liverpool really created a lot. Szoboszlai was a bit of a problem for a lot of the fans. They were annoyed at him. Salah wasn't in the game. It's odd. I can't imagine that happening twice in a row.
No.
I think Bournemouth are okay, but they're struggling to score since Solanke left.
Yeah.
Evan Nilsson came in. He missed a penalty this week. I can't see this happening twice. This has got 2-0 Liverpool written all over it.
It does. There's a part of me that feels like we could have a repeat again
2 losses and a bounce.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a part of
we literally after the first 3 games we all kind of thought, I don't know if Liverpool could lose.
Yeah, whereas now
now we're like, I think they're losers.
I mean, I would put a little bit of money on Bournemouth for that game.
Were you willing to put your name above their name?
Do it.
Okay.
Do that, and I'm going to put money on them and see what happens.
Okay.
Not big money, but money.
Forest, we've talked about it. We talked about it, we were blue in the face.
Yeah.
They're a good counter-attacking team with the likes of Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi. Bournemouth don't have that threat.
No.
To me, I think, who's the guy on the wing that we really like? Not Semedo.
Oh,
It might be Semedo.
yeah.
Spelled differently to the other
He's a good
Semedo.
fantasy get.
Yeah, he's rapid and he's real quality.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't imagine them not sucking that ball in. If they were to lose this and they lost 2 and won 3 out of that first 5, they had the loveliest 5.
Yeah.
And I mean, this week alone, you as a Liverpool fan, you must be going, Forest home, Bournemouth home, cool, 6 points.
Solid, yeah.
Get to the Champions League. We have to go to AC Milan. Oh, by the way, they got what we've got. They're in Italy. Again, they've got 3 days off, 4 days off. But they're in Italy now. They have to get back. They have to get back into it. But I mean, they might have clicked into form with that game against AC Milan. But I'll say this: they scored 2 set pieces.
Yeah.
Sometimes set pieces are what kind of
Yeah.
help you stay afloat while you're not flowing, and that could be the situation they're in.
This is the most I've ever questioned putting my name above something. But
You don't feel good about it. Do you want to change it?
We will see. I feel like I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to be confident.
The next game is another massive one, like the Leicester Everton one. It is Saints Ipswich. Saints lost to Man United. If you watched the game, the first 8 minutes, Man United looked awful. Saints looked very good. They should have gone 1 or 2 up. They missed a penalty, and that's just a perfect example of Premier League football, really. Man United almost instantly went up the other end, scored, red card, scored.
Yeah.
What do you think of that red card? It is the one that's high, side of his boot kind of catches the knee.
I
saw Goldbridge think it's a really good decision.
In real time when I watched it, I genuinely didn't see much wrong with it, which is weird with what that kind of tackle is, because in real time, normally that's where you would see that being a problem.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't... There's something to do with the motion towards the player. Normally you can tell if he's made full contact or not, and it looks rough. Whereas in real time, it kind of looks like he misses him.
Yeah, and it's not a stud, is it? It's kind of side of his boot hit, but it's high and it's straight.
He's got in high, but it's like a glancing touch to the side of the leg, so it's not really endangering him.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like it was super harsh. I don't know if that's... Because he's obviously put that in the same category as what those tackles normally are.
I think as well as the idea is he'd lost the ball, he was frustrated, he was angry, his leg was straight.
Yeah.
I think it's like, if that was a millisecond different, that straight leg goes into the side and he breaks his leg.
I don't know, I feel like every time I see it, it feels harsh.
Yeah, my instant reaction was it seemed a bit like... It's just it feels like, when you're trying to block a player on the sideline and they step into it a little bit.
Yeah.
But in the group, we got in the chat, we got Ethan saying 2-1 Southampton. I'm going to have to actually agree with that. I'm going to go 2-1 Southampton.
Ooh, I feel like Ipswich have shown us a little bit more.
I really like Ipswich. But they feel like Luton a little bit.
Yeah.
But
very similar.
I don't think Saints and Leicester are Burnley and Sheffield United. I think we're going to have a proper race. I think the 3 teams that came up are going to be in the mix for going down. But I also think Wolves are going to be there. I think Everton are going to be there. Can't really think of anyone else. Like Forest, naturally, right now, after being Liverpool, you feel like they're not going to be there, but you just don't know. They could start to drop.
They could start lingering around that just above the relegation zone. I'm going to go Ipswich with this one. Okay. I think Ipswich have done enough to show us that they deserve points.
I have a mad issue with going away from home.
Yeah.
I do when I bet as well. I'm always like, home team will always win.
No, I do. I'm all over the place.
The next one is Spurs at home to Brentford. This is their get-back game after the disappointing loss. That crowd is going to be on them. Yeah. Because they are not happy. But Brentford is not the team you want.
No.
Brentford caused Man City all sorts of problems. I think Pep said it was the most difficult team to deal with he's ever encountered as a Man City manager in the first 20 minutes.
They essentially did what you said teams should do.
Yeah. The downside with them is Wissa is out for 2 months.
Yeah.
Him and Mbeumo is the massive threat. You're removing one of the threats.
Yeah, and Tony's already gone.
And Tony's gone. So you're down to just Mbeumo. I think they're a good team. I think they're very calculated. I think Mbeumo on his own can cause a lot of problems. I think this is a draw. Because I think if Thomas Frank's a very smart manager. If pretty much every major manager has gone to Spurs and shown everyone, by the way, if you want to beat them, just hold your ground in the middle of the pitch. They won't know what to do, and then you'll be able to counter. And if you can counter or get around them on set pieces, it's.
I think Thomas Frank definitely is someone that would have looked at that, and he will put that into practice, considering what he put into practice against City last week. I'm going to go... You know what? I'm going to go Brentford. I was leaning towards Brentford, and then when you put draw, I was leaning towards draw, but I'm going to go with Brentford. I'm going to make some... I made some choices here in this.
Russell Rewind in the chat says, I think Brentford will get the win. Ethan says, Ange will be questioned if they lose that.
Yeah.
Frank's a good manager from Ethan as well.
Yeah.
I just want to bring up Ange a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily care for that guy.
No.
Generally.
No.
I think he's an interesting appointment. I thought it was a bit of an underwhelming appointment. I think Tottenham fans generally agreed, but then they saw the style of football and thought, after years of Conte and Jose Mourinho, we're just happy to play good football.
Yeah.
They definitely play nice football, attractive football.
Yeah.
There's just no bite or cutting edge or adaptation. No. Because, they went down to 9 men, they still did a high line. Teams sit in the middle of the field, they don't want to go out wide. It seems like he's very stubborn.
Yeah.
And at the start of the season, he says, I usually win something in my second season. The female reporter that was talking to him this week was kind of getting at him, and she was being a bit snipey. He was snipey.
Yeah.
And she said, "But usually win stuff in your second season." He said, "I'm going to correct that. I always win something in my second season." And I was like, "Oh, of all the managers in the world of a team, that's not the team I would hang my hat on with." Like, he's now put pressure on. They have to win something.
He's taking a risk. Yeah.
They have to now either win. I don't know what Europe are they in? They're in not the conference. And it's in Europa Cup.
Where did they finish? It wasn't great, was it?
I can't remember.
Could be Europa Conference.
Yeah, but they're in some kind of Europe, I believe.
Yeah.
And then, Ethan said he's confident. I'll give him that. Europa League. It's Europa League.
Okay.
That's a horrible competition to win, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it's so long. There's so much going on. It goes on forever, and there's teams that are kind of better than what you'd expect in it, and they kind of you catch them. It depends when you catch them. We got Atletico Madrid in the semi once.
Yeah.
It threw off all our plans. Or if we got them in the final, maybe we had a chance. Other than that, they're not going to win the league this year. We know that. But the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, you're putting so much pressure on it that now he almost has to go for just the cups and forget about the season. But if he goes out of the cups and the season's low, he's not just screwed himself because he's going to get sacked. Tottenham had it out of Europe and then they have to start again.
They haven't even got quality depth either.
They've spent so much money on Archie Gray.
Yeah.
And who else? They got Kulevski's okay. Son is at the end of his run, really.
Yeah. Brennan Johnson.
Solanke, the big money. Brennan Johnson. There's a midfielder that I can't remember his name, but he just can't get on. It just, when you look at it, you go, I don't know where, similar to Chelsea almost, you go, where's that money gone?
Yeah.
I don't know where's the big player.
It's like he's managed to put together a good mid-table team with a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a sixth place team.
Yeah.
But he spent Champions League money.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do play nice football. I think the lack of I think if he was a bit more adaptable and kind of went, you know what, today we're going to low block, counter on the wings with Werner and Kulevski, I think they'd be a lot better team, but I don't think he'll ever compromise.
No.
So I don't know, but this one is not an ideal one for them to come off the back of a big loss.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are getting their 2 home games in a row, and we're getting their 2 away games. Yeah. We're hoping we're going to get our kind of... like Liverpool just got Forest and Bournemouth at home. I'm hoping we're getting that soon.
Yeah.
Where we can kind of stay at home, just try and settle in. Because it feels like we're all over the shop at the minute. Next game is the, I think, 5:30 game on Saturday. Should be a good one. Palace at home to Man United.
That's fun.
I say this every week. Honestly. This is, on paper, you look at it and go, oh, it's Palace.
Yeah.
And these are the games Man United win.
Yeah.
It's Palace at Man United is the problem.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with my head and just say it's actually Man United that's going to win this.
Okay.
But everything in my body is saying that's a Palace win. At 5:30, under the lights, Eze causing a nightmare like last year. Mateta, Eddie Nketiah.
Yeah.
Rampant.
And for that reason, I'm going Palace.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think we've pretty much gone very different apart from
it's going to be
couple.
Chaotic. Depends what Simon goes.
Oh.
Nketiah hat-trick from Adoi Mando.
Well, he's opened a can of worms now.
Ethan, Palace 3-2. Yeah, I think it'd be good. Man United got that big win with Southampton. Palace still a little. They were 2-0 down to Leicester, which is always a worry.
Yeah.
They came back though. Eddie Nketiah got his first goal last night in the Carabao Cup. But the next game is the Sunday game. The 2:00 is Brighton Forest.
That's fun.
Forest coming off that win. Brighton couldn't score against Ipswich.
Yeah.
Really struggled without João Pedro to find the net. I don't know if João Pedro is going to be fit. We do not know yet for a guarantee. Forest are going to be a problem to that.
Yeah, they got momentum now.
They got momentum. They got a nice counter attack. They'll be buoyed on by that win.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'll go Forest.
Go Forest.
I've got a lot of away wins, but I'm backing last weekend's situation to give me my results this weekend, I think.
And the last game is the big Super Sunday, the biggest Super Sunday of the year, potentially.
Yeah.
City versus Arsenal.
Massive.
The cool thing with this is every year we play City in March or April at Etihad, and we play it in the Emirates in December.
Yeah.
The season, no matter, every point matters. At the end of the season, we'll go, we might lose by 2 points. We go, when Rice got sent off, that was the 2 points.
Yeah.
It is true, but it's also so situational of the time of the year.
Yeah.
If we lose the next 3 in a row, City are going to play a different style of football because they're going to be more relaxed.
Yeah.
As the season goes on, this is when you want to play City.
Yeah.
If we lose, it's not the end of the world. It doesn't matter. Yeah, of course, you don't want to give them a 5-point lead now.
Yeah.
But they also play different. They're ahead. Like, remember Arsenal when we were top of the league? You're top of the league for so long, it gets to you eventually.
Yeah.
City love to chase.
Yeah.
They do not want to be out of front of the pack. This is not something they do. They like to sit just behind. They've started perfectly, which is very rare for them. There's a trial ongoing.
Yeah.
Spring should be when we get some kind of verdict of far as what's going to happen. There's talk of a point deduction every single year for the period of time in which they messed with their books, which is about 7 years.
Wow.
So it could be a 20-point deduction at the start of every year for 7 years.
That's wild.
Which they still might win the league.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
Just score more.
Yeah, I don't know. But it'd be interesting if that were to happen. So this year, City's the team that there is a high likely chance they're going to get some kind of deduction.
Yeah.
Not that means that should factor into it, because if we can beat them now and you'd be ahead of them, then they get a point deduction. You're just fighting off whoever's had a run at us, which is probably Liverpool, maybe United, maybe Chelsea or someone.
Yeah.
Newcastle even. Villa. But it'll be more of an interesting season because I think it'll be a 6-horse race.
It'll be interesting for everyone.
But that is ongoing. It started on Monday. We're 3 days in. We don't know anything from it. We think in October we should have some kind of verdict as far as guilty of how many accounts.
Yeah.
We'll know the punishment by spring 2025. Do they mean spring 25 as in the end of the season in May?
Yeah.
And the season ends, they win the league, then they go, here's the deduction, it's starting next year.
Yeah, I feel like that's where they're going.
Or is it going to be like last year, they were deducting people during the season?
Yeah.
We could be in January and they go, we're deducting points now. And starting right now,
That'd be great.
It would be helpful to the league, and people are saying there'll be an asterisk next year if Arsenal were to win the title with Liverpool. Absolutely not.
No, I'll take it.
They cheated.
Yeah, we've lost.
They cheated. They're getting reprimanded.
We've lost Premier League titles based off of the cheating, so I'm okay with we win it.
Liverpool have lost 3 or 4 titles based on them cheating. We've lost 1 or 2. Again, they're not cheating now, and they weren't necessarily cheating on most of those Liverpool ones. It was maybe the early ones. But we've talked about this every week. It's the progression.
It's the reason.
If someone takes steroids for a year, they're always going to have a certain muscle tone that they can maintain.
Yeah.
There's a lot better than someone who hasn't. That's what they've done with their books. They've amplified their books so they can get bigger players, bigger managers, win more trophies, get more players. Pretend your revenue's really high, pay them this much money so bigger players come. Then once everything now their books are here.
Yeah.
And all the players are here.
Yeah.
But for a long time the books were saying it was here, so the players were here, but the books were actually down here, and they were just lying. So that momentum that they gained from it, you can never get back. Because even if they say, we're stripping them of all their titles in that gap, and they're giving it to whoever came second, so it'll be, we get one, Liverpool get one, I can't remember who else gets them, Chelsea I think get one.
Yeah.
Because of that, because the 1 year we came second was Leicester were top, so we wouldn't get one. It doesn't. I wouldn't celebrate. Yeah,
we don't get that moment of celebration,
and their fans still got them.
Yeah.
So I don't think doing that is it's pointless, and it'll just mess with the history books, and everyone's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think you just have to reprimand them, and they have to experience that
rebuilding.
Some can say. Some people are saying it's 130 charges total. 60 of them are what Leicester and all these people have been. Leicester won their appeal, but Everton got 2 separate deductions, and so did Everton Forest and Everton.
Yeah.
They had 1 apiece. City have 60 of those.
Yeah.
Of the 130, 60 of those.
So
and
we
know there's a 4-point deduction for those minimum to 10. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going to go on. Thank you, HK, in the chat with all the roses coming through.
Thank you.
The next game is obviously Man City versus Arsenal. We always go Arsenal.
Yep.
So I might as well write it down early. We've talked about it early in the podcast. If you're just joining us on TikTok, we've talked all the way through at Atlanta away. We've talked through Man City this weekend. We've talked through the North London derby. And we talked about the Premier League. We talked about decisions. We talked about Man United. We talked about Liverpool's loss. We talked a little bit about that court case there. But, I mean, in the next few weeks, I think we'll have more that we can talk about. But as for now, tomorrow night we're in Italy. Back in the Champions League, which, you know, can't take it for granted. We were back last year.
Yeah.
This first night was so exciting to hear that music. Yeah. Because it's happened in this week and we've got the injuries, it's not quite as exciting because we're just more worried about the weekend.
Yeah.
But we have to remember, this is the Champions League. We're finally, all these years we missed it. Enjoy it.
Take it in.
Get back into it. And just enjoy yourself. But we'll be back next Wednesday where we'll know how we started the Champions League.
Yep.
City Arsenal game has happened. And I think Bolton Arsenal is about to happen at the Emirates. So a lot's going to happen between now and then. Join us next week, Gunners R Us podcast, 10 a.m. GMT on TikTok. We're also on iTunes and Spotify with Gunners R Us. Like Toys R Us, but it's Gunners R Us. Please give us a download. 5-star review. If you haven't already, please give us a 5-star review on that. And that is it. HK in chat, just before you go, he's just said no Carling Cup for Arsenal. We're in the Carabao Cup next week against Bolton. They've kind of separated the Carabao Cups based on the teams that aren't in Europe. So, have you got anything to say, or are you good?
No, enjoy your football. Have fun as always.
Right.
Bet responsibly.
That's it.
Get your fantasy team in check.
Make sure it's right.
And enjoy another weekend of Premiership football.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.